LA Rider is brought to you by Dudley DeBosier Injury Lawyers, serving Louisiana motorcyclists and their families for nearly 2 decades. Dudley DeBosier, official injury lawyers for the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign.
When you're on a motorcycle, you got to look out for all kinds of stuff. But after a crash, it's a danger you can't see that can really get you.
The insurance company is working behind the scenes to deny you compensation.
They're building a case against you, but at Dudley DeBosier, we're working for you.
Keep your head on a swivel. Let these guys look out for you. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
Hello and welcome to another edition of LA Rider, Louisiana's #1 television source for motorcycle lifestyles, travel, and adventure. I'm T.W. Robinson and we're so glad you're joining us today. This week we take a ride on Louisiana Highway 22 along the Amite River and check out the food at Red's, one of the area's iconic river stops. Custom motorcycles may come and go, but old school choppers never die. And we check out one of the latest builds from Road Dogg's Custom Motorcycles, plus one of our favorite stories from the LA Rider Vault. All this and more coming up on LA Rider. So kickstands up, everybody. It's time to take a ride.
LA Rider is brought to you by the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign, a 501c3 nonprofit organization exclusively dedicated to promoting motorcycle awareness and rider safety throughout Louisiana and the nation.
I didn't see him.
She just came out of nowhere.
Oh God, what am I gonna do?
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
See us. Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
Save us.
Nearly 2/3 of all motorcycle fatalities are caused by distracted and inattentive drivers. Please, watch for motorcycles.
There are a lot of scenic roads to ride in Louisiana, and one of our favorites is LA 22. It's only 75 miles long, but it passes near or over several scenic South Louisiana waterways. Nothing like a ride along the river to cool off on a warm summer day and remind you why they call Louisiana the sportsman's paradise. If someone compiled a list of the top 10 motorcycle roads in the Bayou State, Louisiana Highway 22 would probably rank #1 or 2. LA 22 is a 75-mile stretch of asphalt which runs from the Mississippi River in Ascension Parish all the way to US Highway 190 in St. Tammany Parish. But perhaps one of the best portions of the highway is where it snakes alongside the Amite River in Livingston Parish. There are some wonderful sweeping turns and quite a few tight twisties on this part of the roadway, which provides a beautiful view of the river, making for a perfect motorcycle ride. There are nearly a dozen great restaurants and bars in the area, and a favorite is Red's, located right across the highway from one of the most picturesque sites on the river. Well, here we are at Red's, but before we have lunch, let's walk over to the river and check out the scenery. As you can see, Red's is located right across the highway from the river, and that's an added bonus. You can either come on your bike or in your boat, and just walk across the street and have a great meal. Whether you're looking for a little refreshment, a quick snack, or a full-blown meal, Red's has exactly what you want. And what I wanted on this hot Saturday in June was all three. Owned and operated by Red and Susan Eubanks, Red's is one of the oldest restaurants on the river. Popular with locals and tourists alike, Red's menu features a wide variety of boiled and fried seafood, as well as chicken, steaks, po' boys, and sandwiches. Red's is also one of the few places in Louisiana where you'll find Dungeness and snow crabs on the menu. But before getting down to business, I had to try a couple of appetizers. I heard the onion rings at Red's were hand-cut and delicately fried. So I had to try them, along with an order of fried mushrooms, which our server promised were especially good. Oh, those are definitely homemade. Definitely homemade. And delicious, too. Ooh, I can't decide which sauce I want. All right. Try the mushrooms. Love mushrooms. Oh, those are great. Yummy. For my main course, I decided to try a small fried shrimp platter and an off-menu special that day, fried crawfish ravioli. Ooh, yummy.
I can get for you?
I think this might be enough.
Okay, great.
Well, since I've already had something fried, let me taste this. Ooh, gosh, look at that. Ooh, that looks so good. Oh, I'm gonna have to have a knife with this. Wow. It's a crawfish on there. Ooh. Wow. God, that is. I'm not sure I want to eat some shrimp right now. I just want to finish this off. God, that's good. But you can't go wrong with fried ravioli with cheese, cream sauce. I mean, wow. That was delicious. Glad I didn't get the large shrimp. Well, that's okay. If I didn't eat it, it won't go to waste, because there's always the baggie. So where do all these good recipes come from?
Well, my father-in-law, he built Val's Marina, which is tore down. And I married his youngest daughter.
All right.
And December the 9th, made 50 years.
Well, congratulations.
And I turned 81.
Oh, wow.
I like
and you still, you do, and you're still working, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Red's also features about a half dozen or so incredible desserts. But after consuming 2 appetizers and 2 entrees, I decided to come back another time to try them. Sometimes you really can have too much of a good thing. Those onion rings, the fried mushrooms, and the fried shrimp were delicious. But that fried ravioli was out of this world. And that sauce, oh my God, I don't even have words to describe that sauce. I need to go find a thesaurus. As I headed for my bike, I thought how this little spot on the river would be a great place to hang a couple of hammocks. I sure needed a nap. Stay with us. When we return, we check out the latest creation from Rob Rangold and Road Dog Customs.
At G & Gonzalez, we do it all, from really big to the really small. Keeping you safe? No problem. We have the latest AOT racing gear found exclusively at G & Gonzalez. Don't monkey around. Head on down to G & Gonzalez of Baton Rouge, where the fun begins.
When you're on a motorcycle, you got to look out for all kinds of stuff. But after a crash, it's a danger you can't see that can really get you.
The insurance company is working behind the scenes to deny you compensation.
They're building a case against you, but at Deli DeBosier, we're working for you.
Keep your head on a swivel. Let these guys look out for you. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
I didn't see him.
She just came out of nowhere.
Oh, God, what am I gonna do?
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
See us. Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
Save us.
Nearly 2/3 of all motorcycle fatalities are caused by distracted and inattentive drivers. Please, watch for motorcycles.
Want a high-quality used motorcycle delivered to your door with a money-back guarantee? At usedbikesdirect.com, you can choose from hundreds of high-quality American, Japanese, and European motorcycles. Just browse our website, pick your bike, get your financing, and arrange your trade-in, all from the comfort of your home. And we'll deliver it straight to your door for free, complete with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Buying a used motorcycle has never been easier or safer. Just go to usedbikesdirect.com and start shopping.
For more than 40 years, Robert Rad Leonard has provided South Louisiana motorcyclists with all their needs, from a showroom jam-packed with all the latest gear to a full-service shop featuring skilled technicians who handle everything from routine service to complete engine rebuilds. Rad Cycles also carries a huge selection of pre-owned models and has the area's largest inventory of used bike parts. For all your riding needs, do what South Louisiana motorcyclists have been doing since 1978. Go Rad. Rad Cycles. They're rider recommended. Looking for a trailer? Check out Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. At Mike's 2 Baton Rouge locations, you'll find a huge inventory of high-quality motorcycle trailers, boat trailers, cargo trailers, utility trailers, and custom-built trailers. Plus, the largest inventory of trailer parts and accessories in the area. Can't find that perfect trailer? Let Mike build one for you. Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. 2 locations in Baton Rouge to serve you. They're rider recommended.
I'm T.W. Robinson, and we're here at Road Dog Custom Motorcycles, where we are about to see the latest from Rob Rangold.
Man, it's like, you know, when you get up in front of those awards things and you just don't know what to say, okay? For the first time in my life, I don't know what to say because I've been doing this a long time and I can't stop looking at this bike, okay? That's how fine everything came out. These are the hardest bikes to build. Yes, they're choppers, okay? And in the old days, that had a totally different meaning. Nowadays, to build one of these with all the modern electronics and everything, it's very difficult to, on this type of bike, it's what you don't see, you know, that we paid all the attention to detail. The style is what they call a CFL. It was designed and originated by Jesse James. No frills, no BS, headlight, taillight. What doesn't make it go fast or stop fast is what is incorporated into this bike. And then of course you have the incredible paint job from Joel Cangelosi at Full Blown Custom Paint, who had, from what I understand, 120, 130 hours of airbrush time. And as a true artist, that comes late at night, you know, in spurts. So the paint took a while, but you see the end result, you know, The seat was done by a gentleman in Texas, Christian March at Zion Leathers. It's all hand tooled, one of a kind. My good friend, Tony Frazina, who helped and did most of the fabrication work, because I can't weld. Also, you know, it's the little things like my guy, Joe, that works with me since the day I opened. You know, he's the guy that would come here on Saturdays with me saying, hey man, can you come in? Because we're so busy, I don't have time to work on this. And so, you know, it was enjoyable for him, and it was enjoyable for me to kind of pay forward and show him how this is how stuff's supposed to be.
So it takes a village to build a motorcycle like
this. Yes, it does. And fortunately, I have a good village.
Yeah.
You know, and especially thanks to my wife for putting up with me laying in bed at night staring at the ceiling. When she would go, what's wrong, honey? I'm like, man, I'm just nervous. I'm worried about it. And she'd always tell me, dude, you got this, you know. Don't worry, go back to bed. Drive me crazy. You know? We actually do have a suspension. It does have mountain bike shocks under there. For whatever
that's good, because that seat was kind of thin.
Yeah, well, it's a chopper, baby. Okay, yeah. You know, you're not going to go for a long time, but you're going to be the coolest guy when you get there. You know, we've got a 107 cubic inch motor. We've got a 5-speed close ratio gearbox, 2-inch open belt drive, and then yes, we have a lot of components that were originally designed for this type of bike from Jesse James. The oil tank, the battery cover, the side mount, the struts for the fender. This is what he calls a villain tank, and it's done in Frisco style. This is 1960s when they used to build choppers, and they started extending the down tubes and the backbone, and they put a Sportster tank on it. And the problem was, well, now you got no gas, so they moved the cap up and they moved the petcock back. So that's what's called Frisco style. It's a 4-up on the down tubes, 2 inches in the backbone, 3.5 degrees on the rake with hidden fork stops. And the rake and trail, the math, you kids out there, study math, okay? The math is right on this bike. Everything on this bike is thought out and placed, and I've gone over it 100 times in my head, and then to finally see it come to fruition and be done is just, it's a great feeling. It really is. This is a cool bike. All right, that's it. That's all I can tell you. It's a labor of love, man, is what it is. And
can we hear it? Can you start it up?
Yeah, I can start it up. That's the best part.
Not only does it look good, it sounds incredible.
At Jandy Imports, we have everything for your ride. From high-quality leather jackets, vests, and chaps, to saddlebags, luggage, and riding boots. We have a large selection of helmets, too, and feature a full line of AmSoil and bike care products. At Jandy Imports, you'll find the area's largest selection of patches, all sewed on for you while you wait. You need it? We've got it. At Jandy Imports, the little store with the big inventory.
Come see us at Jandy Imports.
Motocross? We've got it at G & Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. All the bikes, all the gear, and the expertise to help make you #1 at the track. From beginner to expert, we've got just what you need at G & Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. Come see us today at G & Gonzalez, Louisiana's oldest family-owned power sports dealer, located in downtown Baton Rouge in the shadow of the state capitol.
Race on down to G & Gonzalez. Becoming #1 starts here.
We're waiting for you!
For the best in restorative and cosmetic dental care, choose Dr. Jason Hutto. Your smile is important, and so is your overall oral health. And at the dental office of Jason Hutto, our aim is to provide the highest quality dental care. From implants and cosmetic procedures to fillings, root canals, and cleaning, choose Dr. Jason Hutto.
Hi, I'm Jason Hutto. Call for your appointment today.
But not on Fridays. That's the day we ride.
Just putting on leather and sitting on a bike doesn't make someone a biker. And it's easy to tell the posers from the pros.
Same goes for law firms. Just because someone's a lawyer doesn't mean they know motorcycle cases.
At Dudley DeBosier, we've been fighting for injured bikers all over Louisiana for years.
After a crash, get experience on your side. Call Dudley DeBosier. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
Support motorcycle safety and encourage other drivers to watch for motorcycles. Purchase a motorcycle awareness specialty plate for your car, truck, or motorcycle. For an additional $25 a year, you can help the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign promote safety, awareness, and training programs throughout Louisiana.
I'm T.W. Robinson. No matter what you ride, put a MAC plate on it and help support motorcycle awareness wherever you go.
Want a high-quality used motorcycle delivered to your door with a money-back guarantee? At usedbikesdirect.com, you can choose from hundreds of high-quality American, Japanese, and European motorcycles. Just browse our website, pick your bike, get your financing, and arrange your trade-in, all from the comfort of your home. And we'll deliver it straight to your door for free, complete with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Buying a used motorcycle has never been easier or safer. Just go to usedbikesdirect.com and start shopping.
Welcome back. I'm T.W. Robinson, and this is LA Rider, Louisiana's only motorcycle travel, lifestyles, and adventure television show. Who among us does not know the song Mustang Sally? But have you been to Mustang Lucy's? Well, if you haven't, here's what you've been missing. As Tammy and I headed out LA 15 south of Monroe on this beautiful Monday morning, I had a familiar song bouncing around in my head. In fact, ever since Sheila Roberts Currington reached out on Facebook to invite us to the Winsboro Cafe owned and operated by her son and daughter-in-law, I had been humming the refrain to Wilson Pickett's Mustang Sally. But in my head, it was now Ride, Lucy, Ride, because the name of the cafe is Mustang Lucy. Mustang Lucy is located in a shopping center just off the main highway, and the name has nothing to do with the Wilson Pickett song. It actually has something to do with how owners Walt and Lucy Smith met.
We met on Christian Mingle about a little over 8 years ago, and he works at White Ford. That's his daytime regular job. And so his username was Mustang. And then I go by Lucy, so I use Lucy as my username. So he's the Mustang and I'm the Lucy.
If you're craving an old-fashioned, incredibly creamy and thick malt, this is the place for you. Tammy and I had barely sat down when Lucy brought us the daily special, a pina colada malt. God, can't you suck it? It's so thick.
But it's a word.
I'm like, Oh, that's pineapple in the bottom. That's why it wouldn't come up the straw. Yeah, pineapple in the bottom. It wouldn't go through the straw. Oh my word. Isn't that wonderful? Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
There's not a lot of places you can go get like an old-fashioned malt. So we started out just kind of simple with just your chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. But I'm like a creative person, and of course I love to eat. I love ice cream. So we just tried to come up with things that would incorporate different things that would make you want to come back. What's something that I can bring to the table that's different than your average ice cream place?
Mustang Lucy features a variety of po' boys and burgers, as well as chicken, shrimp, and catfish plates. But one of their specialties is open-faced hamburgers, served with smothered onions, gravy, and fries. Naturally, I had to try it.
I got you again. I always put that on there.
Mustang Lucy Cafe is not just about good food. Walt and Lucy say their dream cafe is also about community.
The jerseys you see on the wall are actually from our customers' children. So we wanted to incorporate the community as well. And if you, I'm sure y'all saw the mural on the wall. That's all the logos of the schools.
All the mascots.
The mascots of the schools.
That's what's painted inside the Mustang.
That's what you're seeing is our community come together.
But it's the food that draws the community to Mustang Lucy and keeps them coming back. Oh, and I almost forgot, they also serve some incredible desserts. Tammy and I just couldn't leave without sampling the daily special, chocolate Twix cake, with a side of ice cream, of course.
So what do you hope when people leave your place? What do you want their big takeaway to be?
Well, of course you want them to be full and happy, but I also want them to feel us as Christians, you know, like I want them to feel that they were at home. I hope they want to come back because they feel like they were at their grandma's and they ate whatever, you know, it was good and then friendly.
Well, we certainly felt that way. I think the only thing I didn't get that I needed was the wheelbarrow to take me out of here.
We have one.
Here we go.
All right, don't dump me out.
You said you needed a wheelbarrow. Let's go.
Oh. TW, you're hired.
We'll do a wheelie.
Oh, woo.
Thank you, my friend. On that bike?
Wow. Oh, that was ladylike. Okay. All right.
Well, get the wheelbarrow out of the way.
Thanks. She's hired.
See if anybody else in the restaurant needs it.
Do I have to tip her?
If you like good food and great people, take a ride to Mustang Lucy's. They're open for lunch Monday through Friday and dinner on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. They're closed on Sundays. Well, that's it for this week, but we'll be back right here next week, same time, same channel. Remember, we haven't been everywhere, but it's on our list. I'm T.W. Robinson. See you next week.
LA Rider is brought to you by Dudley DeBosier Injury Lawyers, serving Louisiana motorcyclists and their families for nearly 2 decades. Dudley DeBosier, official injury lawyers for the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign.
When you're on a motorcycle, you got to look out for all kinds of stuff. But after a crash, it's a danger you can't see that can really get you.
The insurance company is working behind the scenes to deny you compensation.
They're building a case against you, but at Dudley DeBosier, we're working for you.
Keep your head on a swivel. Let these guys look out for you. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
God bless chrome cowgirls like us.